Hello, what is up? Fosh bringing you Happiness Charge Precure episodes 5 and 6. Kinda got behind due to some other things happening, but just decided to get both episodes out. Might as well. And diving right into episode 5. It's basically the gist of the episode. The episode was basically Hime and Megami kind of running around using their cards to, I guess, help people in need. They do all this stuff helping people like picking up trash. They find a dog that got hurt. They help that dog get, they bandage him up, and they find a girl that's lost in the park, and it even helps a guy propose to his girlfriend, and they do all these like different side things. And by the end of the day, Hime's basically exhausted. She doesn't understand why Megami has this desire to help everyone she sees. Like, you have to help everyone, and she's like, well, that makes her happy. That's what she enjoys. She likes to help people. So that's Megami's thing. And Hime kind of complains that she didn't get to eat anything. They go to Megami's house, and I guess Megami's mom makes pancakes for her, and they eat that. And afterwards, when I guess when she's walking home, she says something about Megami and her mom get along so well, and that brings up a little bit of a hint towards what happened to Hime's parents, and they find out that her parents are trapped in a mirror along with all their people from her kingdom. And she doesn't really have any parents right now, so they're kind of, they kind of just tell you a little bit more about her background and why she's on Earth and everything. And during that, we have the bad guys. They're doing their thing, and they realize Megami likes helping people, so they're like, we could use that to our advantage. And so they, put up a trap for her, and one of the characters acts like she's in danger, and when they save her, she changes and the monster attacks them. So it was kind of interesting to see the bad guys finally kind of use their heads a little, but I mean they're not the brightest people, obviously. It's pretty funny. And during that, I guess the bad guy calls Megami selfish because she wants to help everyone. It's like it's kind of selfish of you just wanting to do what you want to do and help everyone, even though it's kind of stupid to say it like that. But whatever. But then Hime gets mad because her and Megami have become pretty good friends, and she doesn't like anyone talking bad about her friend. So. And she gets mad and powers up, and they kind of get free of the monster that's kind of holding them. And this episode also had a new attack with Megami. Basically, when she transforms into Cara Lovely, she uses her eyes and shoots lasers from her eyes. It's kind of funny. And she just blasts the monster and purifies it and all that. And by the end of the episode, these two kind of just enjoy being around each other and they like each other's company. And they're happy that they can be Precure together. And this is fun seeing those two get along so well, and they hit off each other so well, even though Hime's still a little bit lazy and doesn't really know stuff about, Earth things and just common things like making friends. She still has a problem talking to YUUKO, and that's even more in the next episode. Episode 6, the gist of the episode is basically Hime running away from her little home because Ribbon, her fairy, doesn't make her the right food she wants. After she complains she's not getting pancakes, so she kind of, typical little kid throws a tantrum and just runs off, not thinking, well, you running away actually kind of scares your friends, and they're worried about you. But she runs into, Yukio at her family restaurant, and she kind of realizes that after I guess peeling potatoes for like, I don't know how many, maybe an hour or two, just after potato to potato and just sitting there peeling them all day, she realizes, I guess, the prep work for cooking is, it's much harder to cook for someone than she actually thinks. It's hard work, and a lot of times it shows you care and, really love that person if you're making food for them. And Hime kind of realizes this, and of course the bad guys take advantage and they try to blow up her, I guess, restaurant. It's kind of stupid. And all three of them do a new attack. They have the Princess Barrier, the Lovely Shield, and Surprise Bonbon, which I guess whatever. And all three of the characters put up these shields. Even the fairy gets in on it, and they're like defending the restaurant. And I guess Hime starts realizing that through arguing with certain people, that shows she actually cares for them. And even I guess the food part, just realizing that when someone cooks you a meal, that means that they're doing it out of love, and she realizes this. But at the end, she still kind of complains that she's not gonna eat pancakes for dinner, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of silly. But we also saw the other, I guess, transformation that Hime can turn into in the hula dress, I guess. And it makes like anyone around her, anyone in the area, start dancing the hula dance, and they kind of fly in the air. The bad guys, anyway. But yeah, they're showing these outfits a little more and more each episode, what they can do with them, and it's really interesting. In both the episodes, I think we had Cure Fortune, the purple one, kind of like stand back, like watching them. Like, makes you wonder, like, what is she gonna jump in and introduce herself, or is she just watching to make sure they don't screw up? So, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But episode 7, it's kind of early, but the girls get a power up. It's kind of weird seeing they get a neat little power up and stuff. So it's like, usually it's like the middle of the season they get a power up. The first one, they get another one later on, and one final one at last episode. But yeah, they're doing it early, I guess. Anyway, that's been those 2 episodes. See you next time, episode 7.